and all members of the administration other than the mayor. If anybody's recording this meeting and dispersing the public, please identify yourself so the fellow attendees will know they're being recorded. Seeing none, City of Eastlake is recording this meeting. Legislation proposed. 042501, ordinance to reappropriate for the expense of the City of Eastlake, State of Ohio, the period beginning January 1, 2023, and ending December 31, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. We had been given permission to purchase a piece of equipment for the service department at the last meeting. Our original intention at the original point in time in discussing this piece of equipment was to do a lease purchase. But I have been looking at our financial statements and noticing that interest income is coming in better than we had anticipated, and at this point in time I would prefer to pay for it. Therefore, I request that we increase the recreation budget $135,868.70 so that we can pay cash.
Any questions from Mr. Jones?
Is this the one we're talking about?
Yes.
This is what the rest of the council knows. We were just talking to Mr. Scott about over there. This is the one that she needs to make that payment on. It would typically be passed today. It would be passed as an emergency. We had council persons here, so I think it's appropriate for her to go ahead and make that payment to the city. That opportunity. At least everybody's made aware of it. You know, if somebody thinks anything on their hand did happen, there's a record of it. The legislation was already submitted, so I just want you all to be aware that that's what she's going to do. And I'll put my hair up to see that.
And the purchase of the item has already been approved. It was just how to be paid.
I'll make the hair work. Just run it here.
Thank you, Mr. Claiborne. Next up, 042502, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase a 2023 Tahoe from Tim Lally Chevrolet Specialty Advanced Vehicle Equipment for a total of $43,390 and declaring an emergency. Chief?
We just kind of keeping us in the cycle of keeping cars somewhat fresh. This one will be available like 4 to 6 weeks, which is a good turnaround time. We have all 4 brands of cars out there now. The Chargers, it looks like this is the last year they're making those. Different guys have different personal preferences. The Tahoe, this will be our first patrol one. The other 2 are the supervisor cars, so this would actually go on the patrol line. And with our one recent hire, who's about 6'3", Mike Frank's a good fella, so having a larger cars is probably going to help in those capacities as well. The price between all of them are very comparable. Actually, the Chargers, which used to be in the 20s a couple years ago, was almost $43,000 for a sedan. So we get it from Tim Lally, and then outfit it as we normally do. Hopefully, 4 months or 5 years, good car today.
Chief, any questions for the chief? Seeing none. Next we have 04-2503, ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance on behalf of the City of Eastlake to enter into an agreement to accept the parcel number 34-B-21-E-00-010-0 from the City of Willoughby, Lake County, Ohio, declaring an emergency.
At the end of Robin Drive, Eastlake has a sewage pumping station. Consists of about a quarter acre, and then the drive in and the pump station itself. When it was built, the property was transferred to the offices of Willoughby, and has remained that way since. Willoughby is just asking that since the pump station is the sole and exclusive use of Eastlake, that we take the property back.
Any questions for us? Seeing none. There's no legislation pending, no miscellaneous. April 26, 2023.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes. Motion carries. Legislative, agenda approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of March 28, 2023? Is there a second? Second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Sonic? Yes. Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Abstain.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes. Motion's carried. Minutes are approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of April 11, 2023? Is there a second? Second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes. Motion's carried. Minutes approved. Next scheduled council of the whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 9th, 2023 at 7 p.m. The regular council meeting immediately following adjournment of the council of the whole meeting. There are no motions at this time. There's no communications and petitions or committee reports. With Mr. Stomach, you had a recreation committee meeting.
Yes, we had a recreation committee meeting on the 13th. Much of what's discussed in the recreation committee meeting needs to be passed through the ordinance committee before actually coming to council meeting voted on. And those are really just the items that require, so the building budget, grants and things like that. Another way of funding some of these projects. To give an idea, some of the projects were, a lookout is on some of our parks, or an observation deck, not something that's overhanging, but just something where people could, if you would right to the sunset down to achieve that. Other things we discussed were, the light preserver station at Borax, which I'll talk a little bit more about in the, 440 update. We're also looking at, the QR code project for our parks. Some of the ways we can decide to make sure it doesn't cost us anything. And the basis of that project is to put a QR code on a sign out in front of our parks. So people that are enjoying the parks, if you scan the QR code, let us know which park they're at, features about the parkway, any problems you see with the park, or related things. Give us a little bit more idea of what, residents are looking for. We also talked about kayak and water safety classes. Cindy Tripp with the YMCA came in, and she went over the water safety program that they have at the YMCA, which the rec committee previously volunteer at and help them out with. We also talked about a kayak program that we're looking to down on the river itself for our residents.
Questions from Mr. Stomach? Seeing none, we'll move on to Mr. Stomach, Port Authority report.
We also have a Port Authority meeting on the 13th. The kayak ramp, the boat ramp is in. The boat ramp is in pretty rough shape, so they're looking at grants and whatnot to make improvements to the boat ramp. If not, they're going to make the improvements themselves. The welcome to the Sugar River sign has been revamped and is being reinstalled so that we can, we got bid in for threading, company came in. The main channel of the river, they said, is in too bad a shape. The east channel needs a little work. They're going to concentrate on the main channel at the moment. They're also going to be talking with Trader Jack's about threading that section of the river as well, get that cleared up. The light preserver station, they went ahead and voted and approved by $1,500 to purchase and install a preserver station. Currently at 2 parks, and I'm working with them to get one more. With that, I don't know if there's questions about.
Any questions from Mr. Stomach? Seeing none, we'll move on to Ms. Schmidt, we have the PCDC committee.
Timber, meeting this evening. Basically, we're finalizing all of the plans for the plant swap, which is Saturday, May 20th, starting at 10:30 a.m. It's going to be behind City Hall. We're going to have speaker vendors, from a plant, take a plant, raffles, and it's going to be a super fun time. Outside of that, we are talking about, at the next meeting, which is May 23rd, the East Lake flag. And then, also, the growth committee is doing a ward highlight quarterly, featuring old businesses, new businesses, homes, parks, key features. So that's something that is being discussed to do in the future. And that's basically the main thing.
Any questions, Commissioner? Seeing none. Move on to recognition of the public. Floor is open for recognition of the public. Remind speakers that all remarks will be directed to the chair and will not involve personalities. Are limited to 3 minutes per person and 3 minutes total. First is Mr. Gould. Please state your name and address for the record.
Sorry, I'm going to sorry. Save my time. Richard Gould, 351952 Lacomas. Last time I came here as a business owner, excited to give back to the community that has embraced me, my business, and made me a success. For the first time since I was the Marine Corps, I have a sense of purpose in serving my community again, and a sense of doing things, even if it's just fixing lawnmowers. But that quickly I was overshadowed by a citizen who started attacking the mayor, brutally disgracing the rules of city council and disrespecting all of you up here. The professional legacy has already been tarnished. I feel that that person needs to give the city council and its members a formal apology, no ifs, ands, or buts. That person knows the rules. They once sat up here with you. I feel that the city council needs to have stricter, harsher punishments to keep this in check. It is not fair to you guys to be disrespected like that happened last time we were here. 3 minutes is 3 minutes. And it's a shame that that person's knowledge and experience and background, instead of fighting against democracy and putting their nose through it the last 10 years, they could have been working with the city to make this a better East Lake. There is no I in East Lake, it's us. Just because you don't have the title of a position, it doesn't mean you stop caring for the city. As a person who's new to the city, I shouldn't care more than someone who has sat up here with you people. It shouldn't be done, and disrespect shouldn't be done. Democracy spoke, just keep on moving on. Stop being petty and disgracing yourself anymore. And if you guys will go up here to start a stop clock for people within over 3 minutes, you know their time, I'll pay for it, and we'll go up here with the timer so people know their 3 minutes. But Mr. President, you need to be more strict and faster to judge when people break the rules in here. It's not fair that you're being disrespected. This is your time and energy, it's your city, and you're our leaders. So y'all need to enforce the rules. It's okay to be a bad guy. We'll still vote for you again. Thanks.
Thank you. Nobody else signed up. Anybody else want to address council? Seeing none, we'll move on to legislation proposed. All legislation will be on first reading and will be moved to the next council meeting. So we have no legislation pending, we have no unfinished business, we have no new business. We'll move to administration reports, to our fire chief, Chief Whittington.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. So last week was kind of a busy week for us. I know in the county we had 6 fires in 4 days. That included us. We had a fire over on Roberts Road. One reason to bring it up is that our success in being able to handle this, especially on a workload like that. We had our health and Little Lake, and the Curlin Fire Department, so Eastwood PD there, service department people are there. So think that, Fire Marshal Moorhead will probably, contacting you through the mayor, the research and ordinance. I think we talked about the need to probably have something in place for, electric vehicles, charging stations before, they become, in the city. I think the cities that already are having stations put in are finding some gaps. I think Paul was able to research it through existing ordinances of other cities and talk to the marshal's office in the state. So expect something probably to come to the ordinance committee from Paul regarding, EV charging stations. I'm not sure, like, even what that would look like for our community, where those would be, but I think that as long as, you know, we're seeing some gaps, as far as having them and being able to regulate them and things along those lines. So I know Paul has worked real hard on that, so probably once the mayor gets back in, probably, send it through him to the ordinance committee, and then Paul will be available. I told Paul, make sure he does the work that he probably would sit down with you guys and talk about it. Other than that, we'll question. But
Were any of the fires that you mentioned caused by electric vehicles?
No. So the interesting thing you bring that up is that we've done from an operational point of view, when we have EV fires, you need to use a lot of water, like a lot of water. And the concern with using lots of water means that we create lots of runoff. With lithium batteries, we can actually cause environmental issues by using water. So what we're actually looking, believe it or not, we're actually looking at blankets. They make blankets for emergency vehicles or electric vehicles. Or if you have, because they'll burn for 12, 15, 18 hours, depending on the vehicle itself. So we're actually looking at different kinds of tactics to be able to address it, so we're not creating more of an environmental issue. So, again, the operations section of the department are looking actually into maybe the best tactics to put to address EV fires. We haven't had any in the city, but we most certainly, you know, if you sit on Vine Street, you know, there's lots of EVs that go through the city, and it's not like it's not happening, it's just the things that we're not seeing fire yet. So we're working on that. It's complicated at best. You know, even do an extrication on, so if you had a car accident where you had to extricate people from electric vehicles, you can't have traditional cuts that you can make in a regular vehicle. You cut through, battery lines and different things like that. So try to stay on top of the best we can. I can tell you that nationwide, the fires in the electric vehicles are posing a big challenge for fire departments. So we're looking at different things, and we'll certainly, obviously, we'll try to stay on top of the best we can. The fires were all, there was electrical fires, there was an arson fire, not in our city. So there was a couple of things that none improved.
I have a question too. The ordinance you're talking about commercial locations or residential?
I think commercial. So I think commercial for sure. And I think that we probably need to be aware of what residential looks like also. And I know it's commercial. So like if you go to some gas stations now, they offer up the ability to do electric charging stations. So I know that from the fire prevention point of view, there's just some nuances that people that already have them would have liked to have in place before the charging station. Most certainly, I think we welcome the need to have EV stations in our community. I think that we just need to make sure that, you know, we're addressing it from our end right away and say, here's some of the things we probably should be looking at. And I know the work with Dave and, you know, the building department to figure out how that actually all comes together. And I know Paul worked hard on it. And even if we just open dialogue and get your guys' thoughts on it, I think that's probably the important thing.
I think there should be some address the residential installs.
Okay.
I mean, I follow some of the stuff they're installing is not up to par.
Yeah, it's
They
kind
set
of-
their house on fire.
Yeah.
You know.
So expect that to come down, all the work on that.
Any other questions for the chief? Seeing none, we move to the police chief. Chief Bryce.
Main thing we have going right now is 3 people who are all in training, progressing along as expected. So we're hoping that over the next couple months, we'll have them on their own and, move from there. We're happy to help the fire chief and his crew with the recent fire. We had a real busy week or two and then starting to slow down again, but typically as the weather gets warmer, we
the chief? Seeing none, we move to the chief building official, Mr. Mann.
Yeah, just to add what, fire chief was saying, Paul's been in contact with me, and I fully support what he's trying to do. The crossover is that we have to take care of the code of installing them, but after it's put in place and where, that's where, working with Paul will help to make sure locations are proper and things like that. But the building department would support whatever, working together with full support. All right, that's about it.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Mann? Seeing none, move to the service director, Mr. Sal.
Yeah, a couple, quick things for you tonight. We did pick up the script East Lake sign the other day from ECI. We'll be working on installing that out front here shortly. And the second thing I have is Ohio Paving will be here tomorrow to start building the bike path from Stevens, between Stevens and Vine. Not the entire thing, but I want to say 35,000 feet, square feet. I forget the numbers off the top of my head, but they're gonna start that tomorrow, and then they will pave it on Thursday. And that's all I have on questions.
Any questions for Mr. Sal? Seeing none, move to the engineer, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. Early matter reported we're expecting the water line work on Waverly Phase 2 to kick off next week, and we'll be running into the new sewer until approximately mid-November.
Any questions for Mr. Rogers? Seeing none, move to the finance director, Mr. Dell.
Thank you. We are in the middle of the audit. It's required to be done by June 30th because of the federal monies that we've received. That includes Captain Stadium and money for federal monies as well. So, the auditors will most likely be reaching out to each one of you. It's just, I let you know, they traditionally send out a letter saying, hi, what do you know? And, so might ask your application for this morning. That's the end of my report. If you have any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Dell? Seeing none, for the law director, Ms. Clammer.
Thank you, Mr. President, Acting Mayor. Just for purposes of the residents, there was another piece of legislation tonight, so you know that council is working. We have this it's not odd, but in our ordinances, we require 3/4 vote of council to do certain things and 2/3 vote to do the other. Although we have a quorum provision, in East Lake, we also have an ordinance that defines those numbers as 5 and 6. If we didn't have that, we might be able to work off of a lesser amount of council people. But I didn't want you to think that council wasn't working, we'll just be 1 week behind us on that legislation, and we'll work on it.
Any questions for Ms. Clammer? Seeing none, regular council meeting is adjourned at 7:28.